namin. John 8. John 8. Infinite. You know, humans? Infinite. 8 is infinity. Infinite. A reason why I was called by Michael and Gabriel 8. Speaking to you. 8. Come, speak. 8. Sing. 8. You know? And to reverse the words, knows, meaning next. And the other in this end, it's become to reverse. You know, to reverse the word is Jonah. Humans, Jonah. As to when I was running from God. It's many things into that 4 letters of G-O-H-N. Because this is what we are in heaven. How we know the words? Through by number. Because in the beginning, I write things down with letters and numbers. Like those. T-H-O-S-E. T-H-O-S-E. The 8 to us is S. Because when you put S, it is serpent, blasphemy to me. Understand? So, we write the those with T-H-O-8-E. Numbers. Instead of S, I put 8. For me to know that it is mine. But then, it's been changed and changed and changed and changed. You ask, this is the meaning of John 8 when I have tells you in your book. This is blasphemy. Vile. As Father asked me, how much vile you wanted, my daughter? You know, last night when I was up and you called Nara 3. This is where I go when I am asleep, as this is where I too cleanse. You know, humans, Nara 3 is houses of the living that are stuck in heaven. You know? In heaven. Stuck in heaven. Meaning to say, humans, heaven means earths. Because they are from the earths. Salty. They have to stay in the Nara tree for 3.5 years. For 3.5 years. For the souls to get rid of it. To become what you called mortals. Which is we called immortality. You get that, humans? This is where they go to be. And this is where I go when I'm asleep. I go everywhere as I cleanse every day. When I am awake, you could sleep. Because humans, when you say awake, to me, it's asleep. When you say sleep, meaning I'm awake. Why? Because when I'm asleep, I'm awake. My spirit works more than any you could imagine. John 8. Those who dispute over my testimony when I say that my testimony is valid, for I knew where I came from. I stand with God, S. S. Who is S? First, God. TRUH. You know, Daddy. Who sent I? Sent I, humans. Who sent I? First, as when I was Al. Because the L to us is I. You know? E-I. I. That was for the king to be his other spirit. You know, humans? Every time I incarnate, it's always in 2. It's always, if I incarnate as a man, it's for the king. If I incarnate as a woman, it is whoever in the family needs a robe, you could clothe. You know, humans? This is what I do for. Humans, I do not judge. As I say, my decisions wasn't mine alone in this time. You know? My decisions are not alone in this time. So, as I have reversed from From CHRIST to what you've been doing, I become now Jesus. And then some days I can be whoever is I am on that day, as every day. But today it says I am G. G as a symbol of the stigmata on my right hand. On my right hand rest. Just by my veins. This is what I am, my connection to Him, to the ascended Master who got the body of Christ. You know? That I was the spirit within it that can feel. This is my connection. Stigmata. In this end, humans. In this end, as to I am the spirit who has the stigmata. That when it's hurt, I can feel it. Though you don't see, I do. Because I am, you cold. Open the eyes of my heart. You know? Humans. In the Leviticus Testament, it is written that about the two witnesses, it was this two names, Jesus Christ, Mona and Lisa. You know? All that humans, I, and then after I become steak, meaning a feminine steak. You know those women that been burnt in the sorcerers of those things. It is all this humans. You know? At first when I was it was for him. When I was burned as a woman in England, in the other record I told you, I have that record of a woman holding a cross of my own cross, you know? And then somebody was showing me my own cross too. The symbol, but it was undignified. Why? Because it's persons. You know, Yamas? So, a symbol of David. As to, he becomes David. And I become David in this. You get that, humans? This is the kiss I've been through to get it from David. For this end, as to he become my spouse. In this end, David becomes my spouse for me to speak all this as he cannot do. As he think this is, humans, I'm not into religious things like you do. And this is David is, you know? He is unreligious. And I become in this end. This is the kiss. Many humans, many kiss into that. As to he is Christ. You know? So humans. Two witnesses means two names. Like preachers, readers. That's two names in that. You know? You called bride of Christ. That's two witnesses. From bride to become Christ. Because humans, before I was sent, I was. You know? It becomes my death. As since you become sorcerers, humans. Preachers who have you called, you know? Forward. When in the beginning, we were. And it was you that is backward. Why backward? Humans, I'm talking with this to the other because this is reverse. Reverse to what's happened. Which is now, I am on the Calvary. You know, humans? I am now on the Calvary. Humans, you were called backward in the beginning, which is we were forward. Now I am backward to what in doing, but I am now forwards, meaning balance. To balance humans, because you don't know how I feel when I don't balance humans. A rest, tribulation. You know, humans? Because of those I've been through all life, I learned to balance myself as I could not take the pain, humans. When I get the sorrowful mysteries you called Ross. You know, humans? I am the Aries. Humans, we were the backwards, you were the forwards. When we were the forwards, you were the backwards. You know? That's what happens. Why slain virgins I become? Made as this, I become stones, humans, through by the curse you had been making, through by preaching the words of God. As to those calling themselves speaking in tongues when they don't, women, I listened to it a while ago. It's a mark of the beast. And it is sickness that you are receiving from them. It is humans is breaking you too from the bone to your senses. Why many of you has sickness of cancers. You know, humans? This is why so many has cancers, because of that you call tongues when it's not. Humans, it's a devil. It's what you call devilly. Devilly means that is the real demonic thing. A killer, murderer, sorcerers. You know? The mark of the beast through by. When you keep receiving it, when you keep receiving and listening to it, you keep receiving and you become one of them. I knew my heavenly words, humans. And what I hear from those claiming to be TOUNGS, which is I'm not, humans. It is a punishment of death penalty what you are doing. You know, humans? Meaning to say, agendas. It is all behind doors what you are doing. Sorcerers. You know? Humans, I become stone because of what you've been doing to me through that. All that because I am word. You had make it me thrown to you. But more is coming, and it is hell, fires of March, you call Martians. I am the one who testifies for my sons, and I was the sons, humans, because in the beginning I was the moon. Now I become a sun. You know? Second, sun. From earth to SUN. As I was then the moon. Rotate is the symbol of the alignment of the planetary. You know, humans? Because we rotate, we just rotate like a clock. We don't pass what we have to no one, because you will be killed as you are no gods. And you think you equal yourself to your gods, the one who make you, and you believe that you are humans. I'm trying for you to be close to me, and this is what the meaning of John 8. You know? I am the one who testifies for my son. I was the moon you call test, a symbol of me, you know? Keep going to the moon on earth, I become your punishments through hell you call disasters. You know? That's because of my slain virgins, humans. You have no idea how sorrowful I become after I was being slain as a living offering every time you preach and humans translate the word. The roses keep falling down. What's roses? Humans, my babies. My babies, humans. Those who were living once and with me. I was the one who looked after your babies that you have killed in your womb. You know, humans? Until I become enough. You know? This is when I come. For those children I have loved in the beginning. For those children that plays in my parks, playgrounds. They keep falling and falling down every time you preach the words, because when you receive, they become like children's. You know, humans? You do not know me or they. If you knew me, you would knew them as well. This is why I come to prepare the way for you being humans and my kind to knew them as my family or already knew them. It's like this, humans, when they come, my family will go straight to them. They will run to him, Daddy. They will run to him, Daddy. But you do not know my family, so I am making you a link through me. Because when you love me, you will be inked to that, humans. That is how you will be free. When you start loving me. Humans? You will be saved if you knew me as my mark of Adonna will be put in you as my marks. Once it says Adonna, it is together in two. Humans? Adonna, depending on who you read it. But once it's put into your brain, it is the chip that can make you free. Humans? You was below down hell I was from, up the centers of the four corners of the worlds you called heavens. Humans? I told you, you will die in your wickedness if you do not know me. You will certainly perish. You keep asking me who I am. I have been telling you since I started the job months ago, but you do not believe. This is the judgment that I have more to talk as to while my bests are markings. This is what I've said in John 8 about I have more to say at the judgment. This is what I say now. This is the judgment that I have more to talk as to while when I'm as we speak. My best friends are markings. Humans? Trust the words. My blazing fires, he have hid, as to he does not want anyone to see that he is crying. A blazing eyes, you called fires. What I talk with him is what I tell the worlds. What I talk with them, with the plants, is what I told you. Humans? I told you, when the body lifted up, it was him. This is written in John 8. When the body rises up, or when the body lifted up, you will know I am he. And this is what I told you in the other record. That when the body lifted up, it was him. You hear my other records? I have mentioned that when the body lifted, you will know it was him. It was he. When the body lifted, you will know I am he. Meaning to say, when the body lifted up, it was him. I say this already to you. Humans, my God has not lived. He never leaves me, for we are always. Humans, I always do what is good. That pleases my Father, my God, my mom, my tunta, my talha, rahunta, rahasa. Humans, I am loved by the spirits, for I am the one who always do the good deeds. As to I was backstabbed. Humans? If you are my disciples, you will hold and stick to my teachings of what I've been telling you in these records. Because now I am Isa, you call the Akashic. This is how we say Akashic. Now that I am JNSUS. This is meaning to that in everything humans, your name, even just one sentence, to us it is wording. J has a meaning, E has its meaning, S has its meaning, U has its meaning, S has its meaning. J. When I get into you, it means the fool of the Disney. Humans, when I said in the other record, UN, I said witnesses. They'll be. It was meant about the Disneylands. Because Disneyland's humans is my witnesses. I become all those in their TVs. Humans? Humans. And this record is called Isa. Esau. E-S-E-U. Esau. This is what it is, Esau. This is what you called Esau records. From Isa to Esau, meaning records, in the beginning was a word. Because it was, you can see. Now you cannot see, but you can hear. Through records. It's a symbol of, you called books of Akashic. You called Akashic. In heaven, it's called Book of Before Time. Humans? I tell you, I answer you the truth, you believe me or not. I say what I say. Truth, I am the way. Ifel, you called life. To reverse the word Ifel is life. Ifel in the other lango in this end is called Nara. Nara tree, humans. Because we are tree. I told you, every branches you called gens. Ifel means Nara tree, where souls are until they call. Until they ask, give us a Messiahs. Messiahs, because now I'm end and is with S. Serpent with the saints. Humans? When the Spirit asked me, give us the Messiahs, it's making me cry, humans, because it was them that can only call us. Because they are pure. Those who were in the Nara tree are the only one who has the right to call for messiahs. But you messed up the word and starting to preach, practicing divinations and fortunes. This is how we become. The gods keep calling down. I was the last that feels. Because I couldn't let my other beings. So I come. Because my love is what purifies. This is why I was born at the Sacred Heart Hospital as to symbol of my heart, secret. When I say I don't come near the prouds. Humans, no one goes to heaven except through me, and this is all of that. This is where the souls was instructed to go. Once they pay in their cells, like in their, you called Babel, you called tombs. Once they done their their cleansing, they are guided to go somewhere else to properly cleanse humans. If how you simmer your food, I simmer them as just how I simmer your food. You simmer your foods, Humans, this is where you messed up. You called FUCKEDUP. Because you think everyone goes to heaven right away. When I have to incarnate as, you called messiahs, but it was my GSUS. As to I can properly purge the Son of Man. The Son of Man is also a meaning of the robe you called body. Son of Man, because he did not incarnate, but he received the body of Christ. Humans? Son of Man. He received the body as to I have incarnate as a dove. You know the passing of the dove? It was humans, because my is double-edged words. You called tongues. You know, humans? Through the lead of the Father, and I become who I become. You called Holy Go saints. There is a saint humans that called Holy Go. As to that was the name of a man who was walking with the head cut. He still keep talking while walking without a head. It was a symbol of the Holy Go saint. You know, we call him Holy Go saint. Why go? Because he was walking without head, still preaching. You know, humans, this is what makes me difference in you. I call myself heaven. Because all this testification I am showing to you is to bear witness. And you judge the judge. This is why the world is ruined. You make it yourselves of your own. You called God, when I am the only one that purifies the words you called worlds. You once preaching the word of my Father is abomin. You know? Abomin. And you make it abominable. And indeed you will. Every time you preach, you become into the seas of the lavas. And my mom will say, mga labas ini. That means, humans, this is fresh. You know? Why fresh, humans? Because once we get rid of these grasses, that preacher, they call themselves preachers, pastors. Humans, I'm the preacher. Because what I came to bear witness is when after Sadhu Sandhar Salvare. Sadhu Sundar, you called Sundar. To me, it's Sun. Because I'm called Sundara. Sundara, another meaning also of Sundara is S-U-N-D-E-R-E. Well, John is S-U-N-D-A-R. This is a symbol of a princess who asked of a head. It was act. You know, humans, for this end is also a symbol of the head. In my verbal to become verbatim. It was all about it why I become the saint you called Holy Go. As to when I have no head, those times the man does not have a head, still he keeps walking without head and still talking about God. That was it is humans. This is what I'm speaking because you have no idea of everything as to you've been messed in your heads and your heads been unscrewed totally far from the land.